Well, good evening, everyone. It's 8 p.m. It's Wednesday, which can only mean one thing. It's sale of the... No, it's not. It's the Studio Rats live Q&A. Believe it or not, we are up to number 79. Who knew? Who knew it would last this long? Who knew you'd stick us for this long? My name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew, but who would want to listen to this guff for 70? What is it? 79? Did you say?
79.
Jeez,
they are already piling through the doors. We're open for business as usual. It's Wednesday. It's our open house, if you will. Let me please share the link. So if anybody wants to come and join us in the show. If you've got an iPad, a phone, a laptop, whatever, the camera and a speaker and monitor and stuff, come and join us. Follow the link. You need to copy and paste. Don't just click on the link. It won't work.
Can I ask, what is your tipple of choice for tonight?
My tipple of choice tonight is Banks beer, bitter.
What's Banks? Ale. Oh, Banks.
Banks is it's really, really cheap. It's like 79p in Aldi for a pint. It's awesome.
How strong is that? Is it like 2% or something?
No, it's 4 something. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Really?
I quite like it.
Are you sure it's just not like a bit of terps and drain?
No, it's really good stuff. It's nice.
79p.
Yeah. What are you drinking anyway? You big girl.
I'm drinking. I've got a Kraken. I've got some Kraken rum going down.
Nice. So it is traditional that we start this way. Mr. Drew, what have you been up to this week?
I've been selling some guitars, buying guitars. Oh, I've got so I've got some exciting stuff going on.
Ooh.
But I'll do the reveal of what I've got so far because actually okay. John's in the house. I don't know if John Green's in the house. He's not in the house yet. But
not yet, no.
John found the guitar for me.
Oh, nice.
So we'll talk about that in a minute. Been doing videos. Been clearing up dog turds.
Oh, well, the highlight of your week. Yeah, great.
That sort of stuff. Yeah, no. So the dog, touch wood, the dog looks like he's finally starting to get it. So it's all good.
Cool. Good.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Mainly having fights with builders, having fights with suppliers, having fights with the fact that builders aren't turning up, the fact that it's been just one long round of Barneys in my world of late.
Can I just say, you do tend to have quite a few Barneys with builders and sort of tradespeople.
Yeah.
There's always... Why? What is the thing? Have you got this sort of middle class to working class?
No, I'm quite demanding. If you say you're going to do a job and you don't do the job, right. I mean, please stop me if I'm wrong, but if I'm paying you to do a job, surely the idea is that you do the job. If I'm buying a thing from you and that thing is defective, I want you to bend over backwards to fix it. If what happens is, so this is the situation. The guys who are doing, actually, to be fair, the guys who are doing the fence are doing a cracking job. It looks great.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with what they're doing. But there's been some problems. We're putting new concrete posts in, and the concrete posts have been defective, as in they've been breaking.
What?
Yeah, exactly. They reinforced, but they've been cracking and they've been bending on the. You could move the concrete posts. It was really weird. So I complained to the company I bought them from, who at various points in time said, yes, we've had problems with the our concrete supplier. So I was like, right, and you've still sold me what you know to be defective product. And then she swore at me on the phone on not a heavy swear word, but my 5-year-old daughter was in the car on hands-free. So when I told her that I didn't like her tone, she then let rip at me. Then on Friday afternoon, the co-owner of the company came round, wouldn't actually set foot on my property, and basically told me that I was lying while I had my son stood next to me because he was off from school. I've just had the best week ever. It's been great.
So have you kissed the maid up yet? What's going on? Is everything rosy now?
When the guys come, because of course what builders do is they back jobs back to back, don't they?
Yeah.
And then of course when one job has a delay, They then vanish for 3 days or 4 days in this case to go and do their other job, and then they fit you in. So hopefully by Friday afternoon, I will have nice, lovely new fences all around the house, and it'll be great. But at the moment, I'm a little frustrated. Oh, and other suppliers can't send me the right stuff. They say they're sending me the X. They're sending me the wrong size. It's just laughable.
I love Chris Benton's comment. This week in fence building. It's so true. It's so true. You're boring the shit out of everyone.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Stop moaning.
I've got way more rants. Other than that, I've actually had a really good week making videos. I've done some I think they're going to be really cool videos for Antelope. I'm coming to play with you tomorrow in the biblical sense, or the not biblical sense. So we'll get some good stuff done tomorrow. We should probably say hello to all those who are joining us. Dave Stockton's in the house. Keith Milner's in the house. John Randall's in the house. Dave Olson. Safey's in. Ron Siegel is in. The Geester is joining us.
John Randall. Oh, no, it's not. Was there some... There must be... Oh, look, Keith Milner. It's nearly Panther season.
Yeah. He's it. Oh, no, it isn't.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, there it is. So if you have any questions for us, get them in. We will be doing the news and the new goodies soon. There's some interesting stuff going on. I've had a potentially, I'm going to say, mortgage crippling discovery.
It could be, couldn't it? No,
it could be, couldn't it? It really could be. But we'll get to that shortly. Let's have a quick dive through and see if there's any questions to get us started.
Apparently, David Olson he said evening chaps, and by that I mean I'm wearing my evening chaps.
As long as it's evening chaps and something else, not just your evening chaps.
Wear them in his own house, I hope.
Indeed. Let's see if we can start with something vaguely appropriate.
David says, gents, I need to replace my laptop. Do you guys run Windows or iMac? Do you want to bring that question up? So we are...
yes.
It's after this week in fence building, Chris.
There we go.
Chris. So he says, gents, I need to replace my laptop. Do you guys run Windows or Mac? I'm Mac.
Okay. My laptop is Mac as well. And so a thing that I've discovered this week, little rant time. Sorry, I'll stop the ranting soon. This is a 2017 MacBook Pro. It has been awesome. It has not skipped a beat. But apparently there was a well-known fault with these MacBooks, that the key beds don't last very long, and they then start to double strike, and triple strike, and quadruple strike. Mine has now started doing it. Because I discovered it, mine started doing it. So I could take it in and get it fixed, which I probably will do because I need this laptop for cheer events and stuff like that. But I've also inquired with a friend of ours about getting one of the new ones, the new Apple Silicon M1 Max chip, fully spec'd. It's about $4,000 for a laptop, but that could actually replace
everything.
Could actually replace that PC.
Yeah. So James has got a PC. James's main studio computer's a PC. Mine's Mac.
Yeah.
Personally, I wouldn't go anywhere near PCs, but that doesn't mean, and we'll come on to this in a minute about ranting about things. But
doesn't mean that at all.
Doesn't mean
I bought the PC that I'm running as my main machine for one reason, not for music. I bought it for video because at the time you could not spec a Mac Pro, the old cheese grater, to the same spec as I have that machine, and it has never skipped a beat. It is awesome. It's only ever does it fall over when I do something stupid or try and ask it to do something stupid. It's brilliant. Yes, I do hate Windows with a passion, because it's not as logical as Mac OS. What we're trying to say is we both run Mac OS laptops, and they're awesome. They are more expensive, but they are awesome. There you go. Yeah,
well, my studio computer is not a laptop, but it's a Mac. But yeah.
But you've got a laptop, haven't you? You've got
yeah. I need to update that. I do need to update that at some point. But I don't, and I'm not doing a lot of stuff. When I was doing like lots of sort of mobile writing and stuff, it was, I really needed it, but at the moment. I'm not doing much of that. Greetings from Nashville. Oh, man, I'd love to go to Nashville.
We should do Nashville next summer.
I love Nashville.
Next August.
Keith Milner, personally, I run Linux. Is it Linux or Linux?
It's Linux, yeah.
See, I'm guessing Keith Milner is a computer guy, because he must be, because the only people that would run Linux is someone.
Linux is very, very clever, and it's very, very stripped down, but you can do most things with it. But you need to know what you're doing, and most of us don't.
No, I'm not interested. I don't want to. That's going to take my creativity away. If I have to go in and do stuff, that's why I don't use Windows computers.
Indeed.
Chris Benton, love you guys. Cheers, mate. You too.
Yes, indeed. And if you can put us up when we come to Nashville, we really love you as well.
Yeah, who's it coming? What's up, fellas? All right, David, how you doing? Peter Lambert says, hi all, in on the golden reverb after you demo, Paul, until I discovered it needs 400 milliamp power supply, and it's advised to run in isolation so it cannot integrate with my Boss board. Thoughts? Okay, that's a really good point, actually. So the board that Universal Audio sent over has got a Voodoo Labs power supply in it.
Yeah, I have 2 of those,
and it runs 3 of those pedals perfectly. So and it's a 4 output. So
is it the little red one?
No, it comes on a board. I don't know what it is.
I've got the little red pedal power, and I've got the pedal power 2 as well.
Here, hold on, it's here. I've got it. It's called the pedal power times 4.
I've got a pedal power times 2 and a times 4. They're brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. But what a cool little board. Look at that.
Nice. Very nice.
But that reverb is like, oh, it's so good. So yes, I wouldn't worry about it personally. I mean, I've run quite a few things on a standard sort of power supply, but I use those one spots.
Yeah, they're really good. The Voodoo Lab stuff is great. Not T-Rex, is it not?
Oh, I know what you mean.
T-Rex, yeah, that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. Yes, I wouldn't worry about it, mate. I wouldn't worry. Just get it, work it out, because it's worth it.
Definitely.
Chris Benton, does the Studio Rats or either of you have music to purchase or listen to? Yes, we do.
We do.
Actually, I'm not sure if I've made a mistake and I
deleted it.
No, I haven't deleted it, but I don't think I kept up on the payments for CD Baby or whoever the people that were doing our streaming. Because someone said the other day they couldn't get the Studio Rat stuff on
iTunes,
on iTunes or Amazon or something. I can't remember, but I really need to look into that and update that. Yes, but if you do, go on.
It's all on YouTube.
Yeah. So Chris, if you want to check out our stuff, you go to the Studio Rats YouTube channel and go to songs. We've got a playlist songs.
Yeah. And
there's a bunch of stuff.
There's about 10, 12 tracks on there.
Is there that many? Wow.
Yeah. Nice. There's the first album's worth, which we haven't released as an album yet.
Yeah.
But hey, that's a whole nother story for us to argue about.
Mark Felton says, I was notified yesterday that my first ever Tom Anderson custom build is done. Nice. I should get it early next week. Can't wait. Oh, mate, that's exciting stuff. It's exciting. See, this is where you've made the right choice. Like you're getting a custom build from a reputable builder, like Tom Anderson, Sir,
lovely
Fender Custom Shop, that sort of stuff. If you do it like that, it's win-win-win all the way. The problems occur when you, like I've done twice, by getting custom guitars built by these sort of boutique-y, unknown underground builders, and they come out and you just go, that's not very good, is it? But yeah,
who are these boutique-y underground builders then?
I don't really. Can I say names?
Yeah.
I don't really. No. Okay. So I used to know a guy called Bernie Goodfellow who made guitars. He made
made some amazing guitars.
Yes, Bernie has made some. Bernie's a bass builder, excellent bass builder.
Yes,
and Bernie made this guitar while I was working in Gig Sounds. Because
wow, that's going back some.
Yeah. So Bernie's workshop was underneath Gig Sounds, and he made this guitar, and I was like, that is great. But at the time, I was really into sort of high gain metal, that sort of stuff. So I got him to build me something, and it's probably my fault. I probably spec'd it all wrong, but it sounded terrible. It was a solid flamed, like quilted maple body.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the time, you know, like the Steve Lukather thing, you know, the Valley Arts, when that came out, that was like a solid. I think it was a solid. And maple guitars, like a solid maple guitar, doesn't sound great.
Adam, I built a maple bass for a university, or 2 maple basses for university projects. They sounded amazing.
Yeah, I think basses can, because did you put active electronics in it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
It also had 2 through necks with they were multi-part laminated necks. They were beautiful. I'll show you them one day. They're in the loft.
Oh yeah,
in bits.
Nice. And the other one was Feline guitars.
Ooh, I remember that. I remember them being really nice.
Yeah, I mean, a reputable guy, but yeah, the guitar that I got wasn't great. But I'm sure he builds great guitars. Maybe I'd have dub one. Next one.
But pause at this point. I've just had a text from my builder saying they'll be here tomorrow.
Hey, you're not coming over?
No, I'm coming.
Okay,
coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Just it's like as soon as I've ranted, they've done their best to make sure it's going to happen.
Great. Awesome.
Right, here we go.
Boomer Benz. Now that's a good name.
That's a great name.
Hi, gents. Paul, still loving the PRS DGT? Yes, absolutely. I found a new gold top online. It looks killer. Might get that instead of the Les Paul. Couldn't recommend it highly enough, to be honest. So we've got some sort of PRS news to talk about a bit later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
PRS DGT is such a great guitar. I'd be interested to know, have you found one that's with the binding or without the binding? Because for me,
binding.
I know you don't like binding, but this binding on the DGT that is just, it's so good. DGTs are wicked. They're so versatile.
Cool.
Way more versatile than a Les Paul. Island Sounds, just curious, what would be your desert island guitar? Oof. That's a good question. That
I know. I already know.
Probably a Telecaster.
I knew you'd say Telecaster.
Yeah, I think
you probably know what I'm going to say as well, don't you?
You're Patrick Eggle.
No.
Go on,
what? A real 335.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another good choice. Yeah.
Yeah, a proper 335, like a late 60s cherry red dot.
You're still hankering after one of them. You just need to go and do it.
Well, I'm seeing Steve, my Lutheran guitar repairer friend, tomorrow, and hopefully he's going to do it. So, I'm the common sense side of me, which is only it's not really half of me, because there's no way half of me is common sense. Says it'll be a great guitar when I get my Epiphone tweaked. The studio guitar snob in me says, but it still won't say Gibson on the headstock. Yeah,
I agree with you. It is a snob. That there is a snobbery factor that definitely comes into it.
And no matter all the people who are now going to say, oh, but Eastwood guitars and yada yadas and yada yada are so great, and I totally agree, and they would be amazing guitars to play, but they still don't say Gibson on the headstock.
Yeah,
and that's
I agree with you. Yeah, I do agree.
It has a cachet. It has a financial incursion. What's the
Yeah, but it also has a financial benefit as well. You know that you hang on to it, it's not going to lose money.
Exactly.
We talk about this all the time, don't we?
We do, yes.
Yes, yeah. Mine would be probably, if I had to just keep one guitar, it'd probably be my 59 custom shop Telecaster Esquire that I put another pickup in. Hi, David. How you doing? Hollywood actress says, "Hey guys, thinking about an acoustic guitar today. Nice. What's your number one acoustic guitar that you use most of the time?" James, you go first.
It's my Patrick James Eggle Saluda. It is. I will go and get it. I always wandering off now.
I'll get mine. I'll get mine. You can, and I'll talk about mine while you're doing yours.
All right. Yeah. Was that a bad impression then?
So this is mine, which is a Takamine FP. I don't know what it is. 394. Is it? This was like one of the when Takamine made great guitars, and the amount of people that use these, James, like if you see Bruce Springsteen. Oh, you can't hear me.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So Bruce Springsteen, when he goes out live, he plays this exact guitar. John Bon Jovi, even. Yeah, it's just such a great guitar.
Mine is this baby. This is a Patrick James Eggle Saluda, and it's a spruce thing, and it's beautiful, and it is.
Hey, that's maple.
Is it maple? It's probably the most beautiful. It is by far the most beautiful guitar I own.
That's a spruce top, maple back and sides.
It is absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a far too good guitar for how badly I play acoustic guitar, but it does.
Do you know what? This is not doing it any favors. Do you know you can play an old acoustic and it would sound the same.
It is beautiful, and it records amazingly. That's the thing for me. It records so well.
Nice.
I've had people play that guitar who are far, far, far better guitar players than me, and they make it sound amazing. And I just go, that's why I've got it. It's a beautiful sounding guitar. I've recently picked up that Echo 12 string, which is amazing. I'll bring that with me tomorrow. We'll do a video on that because that's good fun.
Yeah.
I've actually got Jen's, my wife's old Fender acoustic, which I've strung Nashville.
Nice.
Which is great because that's a really cool thing. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there are so many great guitars out there now. Though, say, Faith, I've mentioned them before, are Patrick James Eggle's mass-produced line, if you like, and they're amazing guitars. They are incredible for the money. Not even, actually, no, take that back. They're not even incredible for the money. They're incredible guitars. Full stop. There you go.
Yes, please come to Nashville, says Seb. Awesome. Looks like we've got some places to stay.
We have. We're gonna have to crash on some floors and take a sleeping bag or two. But
hey, Chris Benton, Linux is awesome. I use Windows, Mac, and Linux. Nice. David Brose, come to Austin. It looks like we're going to
do a whole tour, a grand tour.
I'm guessing Austin's Texas, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's quite a long way from Nashville.
Do you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't know. Sounds like it's just down the road.
I'm big reveal at the moment. I am not, due to family commitments, going to be going to NAMM in June. Basically, it's during my wife's birthday, or my wife's birthday is during the show, and my kid's birthday is the week after. That would just be suicide in my world. Right. So I'm not. But there is talk of going to Gearfest at Sweetwater. Fort Wayne in Indiana. Yeah, love to go there. Maybe we could do a road trip, a New York road trip.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Keith Milner says he uses Ardor and Mixbus under Linux. Awesome. It works great.
Yeah.
Next one. Richard Paul says, evening chaps. Hopefully, if stars align, I may see you at Bonner's Eastbourne at some point. Oh, yeah. Richard, did you get my... hopefully you got my reply. James, I forwarded it to you as well. Did you get it?
You did? Yes, I did. We should definitely do that. We'll set something up because that'd be cool. Go to do another guitar shopping day will be amazing.
Yeah, let's do that. Sounds good.
Well, maybe we'll set that up for our next Studio Rats video day or something like that.
Yeah. Let's do that. Sounds good.
But I'll leave you to negotiate to talk to Richard about getting stuff set up, and we'll just do it.
Fine, let's do that.
Cool.
Dave McQuillan, evening guys. Hope you are well. Hope you're well, David. Go on, show his plectrum. There you go. Anyone that hasn't tried one of David's plectrums, Highland Plectrum Company, highly recommended.
I feel a bit like what's his name, Benny Hill, when he does his hat thing. When you go.
Lee Will says, greetings from Worthing. Great show as usual. Oh mate, you need to come up one day. Just down the road. Yes. Keith Milner. See, I don't know how to pronounce that. Is
Kiox.
It's Kiox.
I think it's Kiox. I think.
Yes, those power supplies are very good, and they're also expandable.
Yes, they're very, very cool.
Really good way of doing it. Actually, that's a really good shout. Actually, Keith, because, yeah, but for those pedals, and then you can buy the big one and then expand it if you need to do that. But yes, they're very good power supplies.
Yes,
good shout. Lee Abraham says, by the way, the Squire Bullet, the Mike Rutherford special, great success. Done 2 gigs with it now. Feels and sounds absolutely fine once the frets were given a thorough polish. Oh, awesome.
Very cool. Good work.
Mad stuff. Alec Bourne, MIDI Math Scientist says, evening chaps, good to see you, James and Paul. Good to see you, mate.
Alec and I have been chatting today.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very cool. I think we're going to be doing some work together. There's some plotting going on. Wow. So, yes, we will. I completely got the wrong end of the stick earlier on. I will apologise now, Alec, for my rather curt reply to your message.
See, you do. You might need to watch the way that you deal with stuff.
It's not that. It's not that. I've apologised. I'm good at apologising. I do it often enough in my house. I'm well practiced.
Take a breath first. David Brose, if you come to Austin, you can see David Grissom in person. Awesomes. Yeah, well up for that.
Sounds good.
Lee Wild says, could Paul do a katana video on dotted eighth delays like U2 and the Edge? Or how do I do it myself? I've done a video on that, but how about I do that on this Friday's live stream? That'd
be cool, because then you could do the Run Like Hell thing as well, because that's
that's something that I forgot to mention. I went to go and see the Aussie Pink Floyd.
How was it?
It was it was really good. It was really good, especially after a few pints. So
they are amazing. The only thing I will say, and this is a drummer thing rather than a guitarist thing.
Yeah.
It felt like everything was a little bit slow, and the drummer was fighting the track.
I think, okay, so the thing that I noticed from this show, or from the show, is one, the drummer should lose that drum rack, because no drummer in 2020, 2021 should have a drum rack. No, it's like a guitarist having a big, like a big Bob Bradshaw rack. It's just no. Anyway, yes, and he was a little bit pushing and pulling a bit. The band looked like, I mean, it's not even the original band anymore. So the original members, I think, are the drummer and the keyboard player.
The guy in the hat, is he still there?
That's the guy in the hat, exactly.
He's the MD.
He's the MD, yeah.
He's the boss.
I think it's his band. Yeah. The rest of them were fairly young guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked like they were pissed off with each other the whole gig.
Oh, like Pink Floyd proper then.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it was almost like there was no on-stage interaction. It was almost like they just all had a Barney.
I know. See, Rose, the old singer with the talent, or she's the current singer with the talent, did some Brit Floyd gigs,
right?
And Brit Floyd was some of the British guys who were in Aussie Floyd, who left Aussie Floyd after a Barney to start Brit Floyd. And Brit Floyd and Aussie Floyd were going out in kind of tandem at one point.
Interesting.
And I think Brit Floyd also do something like, it's called the Ultimate Rock and Roll Show, or the Ultimate Rock Legends Show, or something like that. It's like the other show, when they're not being Brit Floyd, they're being this kind of rock tribute anthems show thing. And they're really good. But again, I just thought, as someone who, I think I play pretty well to a click track, I think I make a click track sound natural, sound real. I think he was struggling. I think some of the tempos were a little bit off. Generally, other than Eric Clapton 24 Nights, when you do something live, you generally do it a bit faster.
Sure.
24 Nights, everything was slower, which was amazing. But no, it all felt a bit weird and pushed and pulled, but an amazing show. But yes, you should definitely do.
The light show was unbelievable.
It's like going to see the real thing, but you can see it all in one view, as opposed to doing this. When you've got the whole of Wembley Stadium or whatever, trying to do this to see the whole thing, you can see it all on a theatre size.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It was, it was really impressive. It was very impressive. They don't say Gibson on the headstock, but the headstocks don't break off either. That is true.
Only if you drop them.
I know, but that's why I wouldn't ever. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't take out a Les Paul or a 335. There's no reason apart from you've just got to be super careful. So that's why I would never take out. I don't think I'd ever gig with a Les Paul. But yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Good evening, gents. Evening, Steve. Chris Benton. I know Paul was not a huge fan of the Johnson J station, but I'm very interested to give one a try. James, have you tried it with the built-in cabs turned off and used newer external IRs?
I haven't, but I don't think you can turn off the cabinets.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you can't turn off the cabinets.
Well, there is a deep dive software that you can get for it.
Yes, that's right. There is, isn't there?
Yes.
You certainly can't do it on the hardware.
Right. Okay.
If there, hang on, is there? Because is there a USB?
No,
connection in the back.
It's done like the old pod through MIDI.
Oh, through MIDI. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember. Connecting up the pod to do that.
The pain of doing it. No, I haven't, because I didn't know you could do that, and I'm not sure I'm brave enough, because MIDI and SysX for me broke more than it fixed.
Yeah, it does, isn't it?
If I'm honest.
Mike Zimmerman says you guys should check out an Orangewood acoustic guitar. They're very good. Oh, never heard of them. That's a nice guitar. What's that? It looks like a Kramer
or a Chevelle, something like that.
No, it's a Kramer. Oh, I don't know. It's got like a strap bridge on it. I don't know what that is.
It's bright.
It is bright. I like that. Lee Abraham says even the entry level Martins are great. I have one. Nice one. Yeah.
Cool.
Mike Ayton, hello all. We'll be dipping in and out as Dad Taxi. It's always Dad Taxi on a Thursday, Mike.
Mm-hmm. It's Wednesday, but hey.
Oh, it is Wednesday, yeah. Mark Lettieri live was utterly awesome. Awesome, yeah. And I saw that you were going to that. Wow, what a tight musical band that played the bejesus out of their instruments. Yeah, awesome. Awesome musicians.
It's not going to be a poor show, that is it?
No. David Olsen.
But one thing I do guarantee was nearly all the audience were musos, if not every single one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Oh yeah, no one goes to see those sort of, Dirty Loops. What's
Snarky Puppy.
Snarky Puppy. Wolfpack. Wolfpack probably a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because
I doubt it. I doubt it.
No. I think they are. I think they are because it's more groove based, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more groove based, so you can see how people would, just like that. But yeah, I mean, just all of them outstanding musicians. David Olsen says, I built 2 guitars with the luthier. One is a Lukather Valley Arts reproduction, but in mahogany with a quilt top. Nice.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, I was so obsessed with getting the Valley Arts.
Was that the one he had? Was that the one Lukather had with the blue one with the woman on it, with the woman sort of transferred on it? It looked beautiful.
I don't think so. The Valley Arts, he did have a blue one. He had a blue one and a red one, sort of a sort of sienna sunbursty type one.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fantastic guitars, but they had ebony fingerboards. The things I didn't like about them, they had Floyd Rose, but great guitars. It's a shame. Well, I imagine they don't make them anymore. Keith Miller says the 5 yen plectrum is especially good. Ah, awesome. 5 yen, nice one. Yeah, that's from the Highland Plectrum Company. Keith Miller says they do a special model of the Kiox which fits into the side panel of the Temple audio boards. Nice. Andy Guitar Live says, as Keith mentioned, power supplies. Do you both have experience with Yankee power supplies for pedal boards? I don't, never heard of them, I'm afraid.
No, no, nor have I. Unless he's referring to Yankee meaning 110 volt, not 240.
Oh, interesting. No, because most power supplies are switch.
Switch mode.
Switch mode, yeah.
Okay. No, in that case, they're not a brand I'm aware of.
I've seen Think Floyd in Worthing. They were great.
I did some gigs with Think Floyd.
Did you?
I did 2 as a depth cover thing.
Nice.
Not like I didn't on drums, not on guitar, but I could have done. I probably could have done the guitar parts as well.
Nice. And hold on, just go back to Keith. Go back to Keith. Yeah. Sorry, Lee. Has Lee got a gold disc on his wall?
I thought that as well. I wasn't sure.
I want to know if that's yours, Lee. Is that your gold disc? If so, we want to hear about that. Monty Lab 223 says Monty Lab. Think that could be spam, James?
Could be. We'll find out.
Monty Lab. Lee Wild, have you heard of Mostly Autumn? They have really good original stuff plus awesome Pink Floyd covers. Yes,
if you watch the classic albums series that VH1 did back in the late 80s, early 90s, I think, the VH1 classic albums of Dark Side features Mostly Autumn quite a lot.
Oh, nice.
Very, very good lead singer, female lead singer, doing all the Dave Gilmour, Roger Waters stuff. Awesome. Really, really nice.
Nice.
I have all of the VH1 classic albums on DVD because I'm that person.
Nice. Jason Wade says, hey guys, picked up a Syn 1 and the OS and DS module. Freaking awesome. So if you don't know what the Syn 1 is, everyone, it's the Synergy amp. Yeah, James has got. Is yours a Syn 1? Mine's a Syn 1 rack.
Syn 1 is the rack. I've got the Syn 30. I've got the Syn 30, which is the amp.
Right. Okay. So Syn 1 is a non-powered mini rack, I think.
Yeah.
Got the OS and the DS module. The DS module I really liked.
I have the OS and the DS as well. They're great.
Yeah. Freaking awesome. Actually running 4 cable method with Helix for effects use. Quite nice, I must say. Nice one. Nice job.
Very, very cool. Yeah. The Synergy stuff is wicked. It's really, really cool. It's very, very authentic sounding. I really like the thing I like about the Dumble module, the DS, is you get that kind of cone cry type extra harmonic out of bends.
Right.
And you don't get it out of any of the other modules.
Interesting.
It's really weird in a good way.
Andy Guitar Live says, Paul, I liked your IR200 live stream. Great sounds, lovely playing. Thanks, mate. Most kind. Lee Abraham says, I've seen it before and I'll say it again. Life is too short for Floyd Rose. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what you can't do on a normal tremolo. That you can, but you can do that on like a really well set up. I mean, I'm not saying you could do it on a vintage. You can do it on a what's it called? On a Wilkinson. No problem. You're doing a Wilkinson. Monty Lab. Hi all. Can I use a DI from a tube amp? Sorry. Can I use a DI from tube amp expander Wazza to be used into okay, wall of sound. Okay, I get it. Wall of sound in order to use 2 IRs. That's a really good question. Let me have a look. So can I use a DI from tube amp expander Wazza to be used? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you could. You can do that. Yeah, definitely. Work really well. But I don't know why well, I guess I guess I do know why you do that, because you want to use the wall of sound which aren't sort of standard IRs. Yeah, you can definitely do that. If you've got something you particularly like in another platform, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it works perfectly well. Try Brit Floyd, very good. They are very good. Yes, I like them. John Partridge, hi guys, I'm late to the party. You're always welcome, John. Better late than never. I was about to say the party hasn't started, mate, until you're here. So. Lee Will says, not a gold disc, unfortunately, just a framed picture of the Clash. Are you fans? I do like the Clash. I don't know much about the Clash. Obviously, I know the classics. Yes. I
I'm like that with lots of bands. I know the stuff that everybody else knows, and I generally like it.
Nice. Danny T, James, I have the classic albums on DVD as well. Lol, remember Behind the Music series on VH1. Funny stuff.
Yeah, the classic album. The thing is, I remember watching the classic album stuff and going and learning so much about production, because obviously there's moments where you've got Alan Parsons sat behind the SSL or the Neve,
right?
And there's a bit in it where they're playing Money, and he mutes all the reverbs, and you go, oh my god, that's where it all collapses down to almost mono.
Right.
For that part of the guitar solo, and you go, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Then he lets it go again. You go, oh, awesome. I've listened to it and known the effect, but now knowing what it is, do you know what I mean? There's knowing there's something's happened, and there's knowing what's happened in production, which I really like.
Lee Abraham says, would you say that using separate pedals, delay, boost, etc., gives better separation and clarity than a multi effects? It's a really good question. I'm not sure it gives separation and clarity, because I mean, like if you've got something like Axe Effects or something, you get lots of clarity from that. I think you get creativity from pedals. I think so,
because I think there is something about having all the controls quite literally at your fingertips, where you just go, oh, a little bit more of this, oh, and you jump around a bit. Whereas with having to go through menus and stuff, it stifles creativity, because you don't have that instant tactileness.
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, personally, I prefer analog, or I prefer pedals. I'm the more I use, and I've done it. I started off using, like, we talked about it earlier, like racks and stuff, and big rack systems, and that's how I got to learn how to use effects. But yeah, I always prefer a pedal, just something with a tactile, and they do sound different. It is still different.
There is the other thing I find as well is in those kind of multi-effects platforms, whichever one it is, of the 5 or 6, 7 different obvious names we could conjure up, what you tend to find is the effects always work perfectly alongside each other. Whereas in real life, sometimes the pedals won't play nicely together because of something that's happening with them. Whereas on a board, on a multi-effects, they always play nicely with each other. It might not be an effect or a sound you particularly like, but you don't have any actual quote-unquote problems with the effects. Whereas in real life with pedals, you do. Sometimes they just don't play nicely, or you've got buzzes or hums and other things that contribute to the sound.
Yeah. Seb Pittman says, Paul, I second the comments on your IR200 live stream. Oh, thanks, mate. I was a bit worried about doing that one, actually, because it's not a simple unit at all, but there's not a lot. It isn't like I can do like a whole thing with the katana, but it seemed to go okay. Thank you.
It sounded pretty good from where I was.
I love that unit. It's so good. I've set up like a pedal board now with it. So with the TC ×4 alter ego thing.
Yeah,
it's just so good. David Olson went to go and see the Average White Band recently, and a great drummer. Awesome. Is that dun 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 dun?
No, that was Wild Cherry. Average White Band was Let's Go Round Again.
Oh yes, I've done that.
Maybe we'll turn back. Anyway, moving
on. Attila Kaspar, evening from Hungary. Evening, mate. Why does everyone want to play with click track? Should the band just follow the drummer? Well, people like to use click tracks because productions are so big now. Because we use computers to do recording
and lights and effects, and pyros and everything.
That's very true, actually. Yeah, not even thinking about that. But there's so many tracks that are running when you actually record an album. Most bands go in, and there's layers of guitars and layers of keyboards. There's layers of backing vocals. So if you want your show to go out to sound like the album, and you've got, say, like there's one guitar player, that one guitar player's got like 10 tracks going on. You can't play all those tracks. So that's why. But yeah, it's always nice. it is always nice to hear that occasionally, you know, like a band just doing it on their own.
Having played in a production band for so long, again, you know, there were things that we did that you can't do as a 4-piece: keyboards, bass, drums, guitar. You know, we had extra percussion tracks that if we had a bigger band, I would mute those percussion tracks. But then there was rises and effects that literally the keyboard player, unless he had 9 limbs, you couldn't do it.
Sure.
Now, there is, of course, the argument that says then that's the difference between seeing a live band versus hearing an album. And while I agree, clients at a high-end bar mitzvah or whatever don't care. They want to hear it how they want to hear it, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. I must admit, I've got a gig booked for New Year's Eve with me and Mr. Drew over there, and I'm looking forward to not having to play to click track. It's all going to be live, and the tempos will go at the tempos they're going to go.
Faster, slower, James.
No, it's slower, James, slower.
Top Load Telly, hello all, just checking to see if Paul has researched. Oh no, mate, you need to do this every single week until I do this. James, can we, like, I'm seeing James tomorrow, can we just have like half an hour of doing Allman Brothers?
Yes, as long as Jessica can be one of them.
Huh?
As long as Jessica can be one of them.
Do that. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
To be fair, the full version with all the solos of Jessica is about 15 minutes. So
is it? Okay, well, that'll take up some time.
Yeah.
Monty Lab 233. I'm guessing you mean Freyet or Freyet. PS or Wazza TAE as an attenuator. I'm so confused. Suggest me one and I'll do it. Thanks. Okay, I would suggest. I haven't used the Freyet one. Freyet.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah.
I've only used the Boss tube amp expander and the Universal Audio Aux box. So I can't comment on the Freyet, but you won't go wrong with the tube amp expander. It does so much. Hope that helped.
There we go.
Lee Abraham says, I'm so close to getting the IR200. Stop talking it up. Yeah, when you do, follow that video that I just did, because I think the sounds, when you initially play through it, I think you go, oh, that's a bit disappointing. That's a bit disappointing. So you need to just tweak it a little bit, and you just go, oh my God, it's amazing.
So I watched a video with your friend of mine, Tim Pierce, and Rhett Scholl.
Oh yeah.
And a couple of the guys from Fractal, and they basically all said the Fractal Axe-Fx 3, and then what they've tried to do with the FM9 and the FM3, they've tried to make the presets out of the box usable.
Yes.
Because generally the presets out of the box of every processor I've ever tried are not. They're rubbish. Yeah. It's a hell of an investment, but I'm really close to pulling the trigger on a Axe-Fx 3.
Nice.
Just so I can genuinely say I've tried them all, and if I like them or not.
Why don't you just get a second-hand one? Get a used one.
Yeah, it's still lots of money though. It's still
they're lots of money.
Lots of four figures.
Yeah, lots of money. Interesting.
Anyway, yeah.
Lee Abraham says, click essential for live and studio, end of. I mean, we always record. We
always record to a click.
We always record to a click.
But that's normally because you've already worked on the pre-production, everything beforehand.
That's very true.
When I've done stuff with bands in the studio, when I'm playing drums and engineering, I'll always have a click track, but it only goes to me.
Sure.
That way, if I push and pull the click, the only person who knows is me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've put like a real gentle, if there's a breakdown where it's keyboards or guitar on their own, I'll put a little bit of click in their ears as well, just so when the overall ambient volume of the band drops, they've got something to work to. We used to do Bohemian Rhapsody live, and of course that was massively to click. Wow. All the backing vocals were all on click, and the keyboard player always had a little bit for the beginning. So everyone was like, "How are you playing this to click track?" I said, "Well, he's got the click too, you know. We're not." When the clicks died, I've been ting, 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 to keep filling time, but not so subtle then.
Attila, yeah, thanks, mate. Top load chili, anytime, mate, anytime. Keith Miller, got to do the whipping post too. Awesome track for bass.
Cool.
Island Sounds, thank you for your videos. I finally bought a Katana head and a Harley Benton 1x12 cab with a V30. Nice. What is your all-time favorite album?
Easy.
Fleetwood Mac Rumours.
Oh, good shout. I've got. It's between two.
Go on.
It's between two. Toto 4.
Yep.
And Crowded House Woodface.
Oh, that's a good album.
Mixed by.
I know this.
You do know this.
I do know this because didn't Tim Pierce do some of the guitars on it as well?
He did. Mixed by Bob Clearmountain.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. No, that's good.
Beautiful album. So, yes, Toto 4 is probably the best album of all time, hands down, period, full stop, end of.
Attila says, I just use a volume pedal in an effects loop with my MT15 for attenuation at rehearsals. Nice one. I mean, that
great idea.
That definitely works. That definitely works. The only thing is, I mean, the MT15 is slightly different, but you're not going to be driving the power tubes. If you use a volume pedal in the effects loop, you're not driving the power tubes, which means you're not getting the tone of the power tubes. You're reducing. You've got the preamp raging at full volume, and then running into the power tubes. To me, is where the magic happens.
But it's a very cost-effective attenuator.
Sure. Yeah. But it's definitely not. You try. If you actually attenuate properly, you just go, oh my god, what a difference.
Yes, agreed.
But the MT15 works really well at low volume, so it doesn't. It's great.
Yeah.
John Wallace says, any initial impressions on the UA Audio Astra? So yes, it's good. It's really good. I was blown away.
Is that the delay or is that the modulation?
That's the modulation, the Astra.
I liked when I heard the original videos of that and the original office hours, the UA live stream.
Yeah.
I loved the way that sounded.
Yeah, it's really good. It's my least favorite out of the bunch.
Wow, but you're not a massive fan of modulation.
No, I mean, I love tremolo. I love tremolo. This has, I know it's got chorus. It's got flanger, it's got a trem, and I can't remember. I think it's got a phaser as well, which is the one that you download once you register it. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's just it's my least favorite. Aaron Schultz says guitar presets will always suck because we all have different guitars, pickups, picks, monitors. Yes, that's very true.
That is true, but I still say that every single preset is overcooked.
Yeah, because they try. It's almost like it's the brand is trying to show off what it can do, as opposed to creating a good sound. And the thing is that a lot of these presets, a lot of these effects units, it matters less what you plug into it. So if you've got a Tele or a Strat, if you've got a cheap guitar and expensive guitar, it's less noticeable going into a multi effects unit than if you plug a Telecaster, a Les Paul, or a Stratocaster into the front of a high quality valve amp. They all sound very different. You plug them into a multi effects unit, it tends to homogenize.
Yes,
it does. A little bit.
Yeah,
you can still tell it's Les Paul, but it's. Keith Miller says at Island Sounds, I have the HB 1x12 already, and I'm literally and he's really tempted with the Katana head. How they sound together, awesome. David Bro says Crowded House, chocolate cake, so good.
Amazing song. At that point, we're nearly an hour in. We should break off for gear news and new stuff and updates and stuff.
Oh yeah, because we've got some.
We actually have some show and tell stuff, don't we?
Show and tell.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, get it out of the way. Come on, get it out of the way. Can I do my nod off? Because I'm so bored of this company releasing stuff.
Right. So back at NAMM 2019.
I'm just going to put this guitar back just while you talk. Go on.
For God's sake. NAMM 2019 Antelope Audio released the Galaxy 64. Then last year, when there wasn't a NAMM, they released this baby. This is the Galaxy 32. And it's a 32 channel line level I/O with Dante, with MADI, with pretty much everything. It's HDX, it's MADI, it's Dante, it's SPDIF, it's Thunderbolt 3. It's awesome.
No, that does look good. How much is it? What's the retail?
4-ish.
Oh, mate.
But it's 32 channels of analog I/O.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, 32 channels of analog I/O in the Pro Tools world is 6U.
Yeah.
That's 1U. I haven't plugged it in yet. I only arrived today.
Or if you're thinking about buying one, people, what you could do is to wait till next week, and Antelope will release something else.
Oh, you old cynic, you!
Shall I get my Chantel?
Go on then.
Okay, I'm hiding it. I'm hiding. Right. So what I decided to do, I bought. Okay, no. I won't talk about that actually. I picked up this.
Oh, it's got P90s in it for a start.
I know, yeah. So look at the flame on that.
The binding on that's beautiful.
No. It isn't binding. That's the top. It's been covered up by this black paint.
Oh right, okay, cool,
so
lovely.
That's the way that PRS do their.
Lovely. That's really nice.
It's nice, isn't it? And it's.
Can I play it?
Maybe depends if you have to clean your hands. It gets very. If I do this, it's just it makes such a mess. But yeah, it's really good actually.
It's a McCarty.
It's a McCarty soap bar, McSoapy, as they call it. McSoapy, as they're affectionately known. But such a good guitar. And do you know what? Like I've seen people talk about Mick from the Pedal Show did a whole thing about changing all the pickups in his one. He's got a gold top version. Exactly the same, but just gold top. Mm-hmm. Didn't like the pickups, changed the pickups. The pickups in this thing sound absolutely banging. I don't know why you'd ever want to change the pickups in it.
Good shout.
Unless these aren't the original pickups and these have been changed. I'm going to wait until the strings come off and then I'll whip the pickups out. But if they're the original pickups, they sound fantastic.
Awesome.
Really good sounding guitar.
I want to try that tomorrow because I want to. I've never played P90s, but I think I want P90s.
Well, this was so. This is what I was thinking. I was going to go and buy a Gibson custom shop special, Les Paul special with two P90s.
Yeah.
And it was coming in at, I think secondhand I could pick one up for about 225, something like that. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And then John Green, friend of the show, John, sent me a message saying, have you seen this? And it was at a guitar shop and it was drastically less than that. So much less than that.
Good find.
Yes. So really pleased with that.
Cool. Have you got anything else to show us? I know we've got one thing to show that could say for me could financially ruin me.
I don't think I've got anything else to show. I'm going to put this back.
Yeah. I meant show on the screen actually, rather than show us in real life. Yeah.
You might want to keep this bit fairly short because I know you'd love to go on with this.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you are probably all aware that a little while we lost Al Schmidt, and Al had a gear collection. Well,
hold on a second. Look, we're basically dealing with people that might not know who Al Schmidt is. Al Schmidt is one of the greatest recording engineers, if
not probably. He has more Grammy nominations and awards than any other human being alive or dead. So basically, there's a platform called Analog R, and you can bid for some of Al's gear. Now, if you scroll down, Paul, you'll see
those two, aren't you?
You can see some of his kit. These were his gear racks. But you can see some of the gear that's up for sale. It's a silent auction. So basically you put in a bid, and if the person who is selling it decides to accept, they have 24 hours to accept.
Oh,
but
I like them.
The list of gear is spectacular. I mean, there's microphones in there that you would give body parts for. There's a lot of new stuff and a lot of competitively priced stuff.
There's a lot. There's a couple of bits of junk as well. He's got an older Groove Tubes Elises AM62. Do you remember them?
Yeah, I do. And there's some amazing stuff in there. I mean, there's a couple of pieces that I'm really interested in that will probably go beyond my fiscal limits.
Yeah.
There's a pair of 67s in there that have gone up already up to 67,000 quid. They actually no. Well, they're 34 grand.
34 grand. Is that a pair?
That's for a pair of 67s.
Okay.
Are they 67s or 50s?
No, they're
67s. Yeah. They will go.
It's got a Brawner VMA. That's a great mic.
That is. I've used. Yeah, I fell in love with that mic a long time ago. There's some amazing stuff. But as a site, Frank Filippetti's selling some stuff on there. Another great engineer. If you go to the instruments section, there's Steve Lukather's Mesa Boogie rig sold for $20,000.
It doesn't make any sense. Hold on a second.
But there's also who's the guitar player who's named there? What's his name? Beinhorn. Beinhorn, is that his name? Michael Beinhorn is selling some stuff on there as well. There's some amazing kit on there.
See, that's great, isn't it? So he's selling a JCM 800, and the highest bid is $1,000.
Yeah.
Now a JCM 800, a JCM 800 head, is that a non-master volume head? That looks probably it's about that sort of price anyway. Maybe a little bit cheaper than that, but you can get a piece of history for the same sort of price as what you get something on eBay for.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, look at that. So they've got a 59 Esquire.
Yeah.
Rosewood, and it's 35 grand.
Yeah. There's some amazing guitars and amps there.
Oh, look at that Black Beauty. Look at that. And it's got the staple pickup. Let's have a look at this. Look at this bad boy.
Oh. How much? No bids.
No bids?
It's sold. It's sold.
Oh, that was nice. Let's see what else they've got. That's pretty much it. They've got a Bronco, 75 Bronco. That
Simmons kit, look, 12,500 bucks.
That is mental. They sound like junk. Awesome.
But very, very cool site. analogr.com. Check it out if you want to financially embarrass yourself.
That makes no sense on the Steve Lukather rig. I mean, it's just because of the who played through it.
Yes, of course.
And what it's not, but that's a crazy price for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, very cool site though.
Yeah, it's really good site.
I've already lost an evening on there going must watch that.
Yeah. Okay, shall we go on? So news of the week. There's not a lot of news, to be honest.
There's not a lot of news this week. Oh no.
Yeah. There's no Harley Benton moments. So this is. Have you ever had a Line 6 DL4, James?
I haven't. I've played through them, but I've never owned one.
So good. It was like the first delay modeler that did everything, that sounded fantastic. And it's been going. I mean, it's literally, I reckon, 20 years old, and they're still making them. Cool. And so at the moment, you can get if you buy them new, you can get a $50 discount, which is it's good, really good. I thought that was quite good. Epiphone have done a Billy Joe Armstrong signature Les Paul Jr. Nice.
Oh, that actually looks really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look cool. Yeah, I mean, it's Les Paul Jr.'s are great. It's got the dog ear pickups. It's great. Like that a lot.
How much?
I don't know. Don't know how much it is. £489.
That's not bad, actually, is it?
Well, yeah, but it's
a very simple guitar, but it's probably cool.
Excuse me. Now, jeez, I mean, come on. What is going on there?
We've gone rock and roll.
It's like it's almost like Steel Panther. So, like there's more than one Steel Panther out there. Come on, no one's going to buy these.
Surely that's Steel Serpent rather than Steel Panther.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's
some kid will buy that.
Really?
Yeah, someone will buy it.
No.
How much?
God, the graphics just look crap.
How much? Is that Cobra Kai graphics, as in from Karate Kid? Is that the link?
Oh, is that what it is? Maybe it's $1,000. It's $1,000.
Okay, so maybe some kid's not going to buy that.
No, it looks cheap.
It does look. It would look appropriate on stage if Kurt Hammett was holding it.
Okay, I thought this was interesting.
Ooh, that looks nice. What's that? What does it do?
It's Vidami Blue, a wireless Bluetooth looper pedal that can navigate YouTube videos, DAWs, and more. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Interesting.
So talking about click tracks and things. Yeah.
All it needs is someone go Vidami.
Vidami, awesome. Next. No, that's nothing. So I mean, the big news of this week, if you can call it big news, is that Fender have released an affordable Acoustasonic player Telecaster.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, so if you haven't, I don't know what these are normally. I think they're about £1,800.
They're not cheap, are they? I seem to remember.
No,
I'm going for a guitar that's not sure what it is. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of money. I'm surprised that they're selling, to be honest. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of a weird guitar.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
It's not sure what it is either.
No,
but I like the smoky burst one. That's quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, they look cool. They look nice. I quite like them.
Still €1,000 though.
Yeah.
Even for a player version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm afraid I'm coming out. Yeah, that's
it.
Yeah, you want to take me out?
I do. You're out.
Here we go.
Yes, I want to have a brief, mini rant, if I may. Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing public out there, we appreciate that if you buy something and you love it, that's it. We appreciate that you've taken it to your hearts, and us, Paul, myself, the reviewers on the whole, if we say something bad about it or something we don't necessarily like about it, we know that you're going to take it to heart. Please do not try and shoot us for having an opinion.
Yeah, but it might not be the people that are looking at the videos. I think what James is talking about is, it's funny when you do like a comparison video, like something versus something else. The people that, it's so funny, like people are so passionate about what they've bought, and they think that we've almost insulted them by, it's always personal preference at the end of the day, isn't it?
I don't actually just think it's people who've spent money. So we are quite smart, Paul and I. We have a brain cell or two. I mean, he's a guitar player and I'm a drummer, so we're on a loser already.
Definitely.
But we do know what we're doing when it comes to testing gear. Now, if we have a problem with something or something is not obvious, and we miss something, I'm really sorry. But if that's down to, not being shipped the manual or not being something not being very well designed, that's one thing. Now, I will say this: if we find that a product is so utterly awful that we don't feel we feel we'll be trashing it for no apparent reason, we will not do a review. End of. There is no point in us going in and destroying a piece of equipment or a brand because maybe the item is faulty. We've said this before. I've had faulty stuff come out. Maybe it's not ready. We'd go back to the brand and say, look, thanks for sending us X. We don't think it's ready. Here's our reasons. Take these on board, but please come and collect it. But I do get very upset when we express an opinion on something and then someone then chimes in and just says, but that's not right, you're wrong. These are our opinions. I'm gonna close this rant by saying you have the same facility to make videos as we do. If you want to make a video about how brilliant something is, please crack on. But when we say something, it comes from our heart, it comes from our passion and our soul for what we do in this industry. I'm known universally as the person who doesn't have a bad word to say about anything. So when I do find something that I kind of go, not so impressed with that, it's generally because I'm not. It's not because I'm just having a go at some company or some brand or a piece of kit that I don't particularly like. Steps down off soapbox, and we shall continue.
It is funny. People do love what they've bought. People love what they've got.
They do.
Danny T, Paul, the UA reverb you did a demo on sounded great. I wonder what it would sound like as a studio reverb on drums and vocals. So they've designed it so you can do that.
Because you can switch to line level, can't you?
Yeah, can you?
I thought you could. Maybe that's another. Oh no, maybe that's the Eventide pedals that I saw recently. You can switch to line level.
I think no. Well, there's definitely they've definitely. I've seen something on that where you can definitely do that.
I've done it loads of times with pedals.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
We used to do it with the Hall of Fame reverb, and that was the main reverb on our rig because the singer could turn the reverb on and off with her foot.
Excellent. That's a good idea. Yes. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's yeah. If you think of it like that, if you think of like a like the Lexicon 224, how much does Lexicon 224 cost now, James?
If you could find one
that works,
$3,000, $4,000.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, if not
easy,
more than that.
easy.
But yeah, so this pedal, I mean, the golden. Yeah. It's fantastic.
They are a lot of money for pedals.
They are, but it's
but
not.
They're really, really good pedals.
Yeah, definitely. Mike Aiton, Genesis seconds out for him. Nice. I don't know.
Choice. Good choice.
Woodface Joe Satriani did backing vocals on. Oh wow!
Amazing.
Well, I didn't know that.
Apparently, it was. I can't remember where it was recorded, but apparently he was recording "Surfing with the Alien" next door.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it might have been Sunset. It might have been.
Wow.
Not sure.
John Wallace says, Aaron, so true. The opposite is also true, whereby the closer your guitar is to a standard spec, the more likely the preset may sound good. Keith Milner, I love Seconds Out, but I would go for Selling England by the Pound. Rumours is probably my joint winner, though.
Selling England by the Pound's a great album as well. Yeah.
Lee Wild says, who was the last artist you saw live?
Oh
my God.
Well, yours was easy. It was Ozzy Floyd.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Don't
have to think about that one then.
The last artist I saw live.
Have a think. Come back to it.
Yeah, I might have to because that's a difficult one.
Genesis, funny enough. UAFX versus IK Multimedia X Gear. Haven't tried the X Gear stuff.
But from a historical standpoint, for me, the UA stuff will wee all over IK from a great height. It just does.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think the IK Multimedia stuff's built to a budget. The UA stuff's. I mean, the whole design of it is just fantastic. It's just like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Top Load Telly, Paul, do you use any drum sims like Easy Drummer or Stephen Slate? They both sound great. Any opinion? Yes, I use both actually. I use Stephen Slate and Easy Drummer.
Or me.
Or James. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Do you know what I think? The drums in Logic Drummer are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't use Logic. I've got Logic. But if I ever want to like knock up a quick drum track, I go to Logic and do it in their drummer, track. Brilliant.
Fine. Yeah, I still say I can play a part and record it and mix it quicker than I can program it. I really can't program it to save my life.
Everybody hit that like. Oh, thanks. Yeah, everybody hit that like.
Hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the stuff we all ask you to do. but actually it really does help, and it will be great to push us over that 30k mark before the new year, wouldn't it?
That would be nice, actually.
Be
Yeah,
really
cheers,
cool,
Kelly. Thanks, mate. Thanks for
so do that thing, please.
Give us the likes. David Brose, I'm a huge fan of PRS. I have a few. I'm not a birds guy though. Do you like the moons better too? I haven't really got. I think I do like the birds. I think the moons are a little bit more understated. But then I like
the dark birds I've got.
Yeah, the dark birds. Yeah,
they call something like they're midnight birds or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely more understated. My DGT and that McCarthy have both got moons. Yeah, I do like the moons. I think the moons always look a little bit like you went for the cheaper option. That's the only thing. But I think on the DGT definitely for me works better with the moons.
Nice.
David Minoz, I want to try that Harley Benton PRS style with P90s. Have you tried that? I haven't tried any Harley Bentons, to be honest, David.
I have, but it was about 1,000 years ago, and the Harley Benton I tried was about 160 quid and barely playable. Scarily being used by a guitar teacher for lessons.
Wow. But why take out your good stuff? I've a Gibson SG P90s. Nice.
That's the guitar I'd like. I'd love an SG.
I used to have an SG with P90s. I had a 62 with P90s. And it was just the body. And I put some, because all it was just the body, obviously the body and the neck. And I had to get everything fitted. So like new tuners and new pickups and new wiring and all that sort of stuff. But it was such a good guitar. I'm such an idiot for getting rid of it. Aaron Short Music, do you still have the QC? No, both of us sold them, Aaron, I'm afraid.
Didn't get on, did we? In the grand scheme of things.
No. Toto 4, good shout, James. Mexican Acoustasonics were released. Are you buying? So maybe we didn't talk about that just before those questions came in. I'm not sure about them yet. Maybe I've really got to try one. I think I've got to try one. I think the Acoustasonic has some merit purely for ease of use for quick and dirty songwriting recording duty. Yeah,
I get it. I just don't. I understand that side of thing. But it's not a guitar that you're going to want to put a mic in front of acoustically, because I don't think it sounds good enough acoustically. Yeah. And they've got piezo pickups. I think they got real pickups or piezos.
No, it's got a pickup as well.
Okay.
A single pickup and a piezo.
Nah, not for me.
Lee Will says, marooned on a desert island, would you take Gilmore or Gary Moore to listen to? Probably. Oh. I reckon Gilmore.
I have to go Gary Moore. I do.
The thing is, you listen to Gilmore and you go, okay, I can play that. You go to Gary Moore and you go, I can't play that.
No, but Gary Moore inspired me to play. 3 people taught me to play guitar: Eric Clapton, Eric Johnson, and Gary Moore. Those are the 3 guys I was listening to all the way through learning to play guitar.
Awesome. Matheny. I've got a Matheny album somewhere.
Love it. Outside Life is a great album.
Yeah, it's all a bit jazz for me. I might have to buy that Billy Joe Armstrong signature guitar for that price. Cheap as chips. Toto 4, Al Schmidt, exactly.
It certainly was. He recorded it. He didn't mix it. He recorded most of the tracks.
Do you know who mixed it?
Not
a big name.
Yes, but I can't. Not legendary. Right. Someone you'd have heard, someone we'd have heard of, but not commonplace in the world.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And also, I think the band had a lot to do with it.
Sure. Lazily, Paul, my picking hand and fretting hand just don't sync up. How do I get them in time?
Practice.
Yeah, it really is. It really is just practice, just slowing it right down. Get your hands to sync up and gradually just increasing the speed. And it takes ages. And what you'll do is you'll do 2 days and you'll think you're not getting anywhere, and you'll go to sleep. You'll wake up in the morning and you'll go, that's a bit better. and it's just that slow. It's that slow process. Sometimes mine don't. It's just, I'll be shooting a video and I'm just like, things aren't working today.
I do it on. I did a drum track today, and I was working on like a little minute and a half thing for a video, and I wanted to, not being funny, I wanted to do something quite clever and quite cool, not just go because that's boring. Whereas doing some round the toms, like a jungle, I call it a jungle groove sort of thing.
Right.
And it was all about stereo image and toms and stuff. So it wanted to be a bit more than just going. And I was, it took me 20 minutes to record a minute and a half.
Right.
Because I wasn't nailing it. It wasn't when I nailed it, I went, that's it, that's the take, walked away. Because the other thing, of course, is often what we're doing is we're making a video of recording. So you put a camera on, it's like double levels of red light fever.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, practice. It's just practice. Practice. Really start slow, get faster. Until you can do it slowly, don't get faster.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, it's. If I could see the way that your hands work, I might be able to give some more opinions. But it is basically just practice, and just practice. Things like. Let me just go and grab a guitar. If I've got a plectrum somewhere.
Do you want one of mine?
Thanks. Yeah. I'll grab this one. Just like.
This is where Paul's fingers don't work either.
they better work today. I'll bring the camera down a bit. So just, like the classic, starting at fret 1. And then go up a fret backwards.
But if you have to start at do, if that's where you have to start, that's how you have to start. We all did it.
Alternate picking as well. I really think I personally find that I don't do economy picking. I don't get it. I don't get how you can go down. You can go if you do like a 3-note per string. If you're going like down, up, down, and the next one is down. You don't go down, up, down, down. For me, he has a metronome. Think of like if you're playing sort of 16th notes, like 1 E and a 2 E and a da 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 da. So let me go. Every single stroke is alternate because your hand is like, for instance, if I do this, if I go down, up, down, I'm playing an A minor scale. Down, up, down. Now my hand is already going down, so the next movement is going to be an up. Why go down on the next one? So down, up on the next string. Even though you might be thinking go down, up, down, down, because
that's not natural, is it?
No.
There's so many synergies between practicing any instrument. Don't go fast until you can do it slowly. Until you can do it. Say from a drumming point of view, I don't move on with an exercise until I can talk to someone while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Because that way it's just muscle memory then. And although drumming is big muscles and guitar is generally small muscles, it's still muscle memory.
I saw something that I was going to bring up this week, actually, was I saw something on Facebook and I keep seeing it.
That's the other thing I was going to talk about.
And okay, I don't know if it's the same thing, but I keep seeing this advert coming up for like this guitar playing technique thing. And I'm watching the guy play and I'm watching his technique and I'm going, please, people, do not watch or think this is correct. It winds me up every time I see it.
So, do you remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about the Metallica masterclass and how we said someone like Joe Bonamassa should have done a masterclass?
Yes.
Guess what?
Yeah. But he has, but that's been planned for some time. But that's on.
It's not on the masterclass channel, but he's done his own masterclass, and it's amazing.
Is it? Have you bought it?
No, I've watched the free bits and I've gone. Proper insight and as in how to craft blues and rock solos.
Oh, great!
I was like,
I might get that.
Yes,
because Joe Bonamassa is so good.
He's probably the guitar player's poster boy right now.
Yeah, I think so. He's so good. Such
amazing.
Well said.
I'll go my rant. I think.
Metronome dude.
Yeah, metronome's the way forward. We love those.
James, both yours and Paul's opinion is valued. People need to relax a bit and realize how lucky we are to have thus Paul to draw from. Your honesty is appreciated. Oh, thanks. Cheers, Pat.
Thank you, because it is hard sometimes being horrible about stuff, but we're not horrible about it. We're just constructive. Hopefully, we're constructive.
Hopefully constructive. Paul Taylor, the Spark Amp Lovers Facebook page is vitriolic in response to criticism. It seems to have over 50s who found something they can use and have adopted it as their grandchild. They are merciless. Yeah, it's so fun, isn't it? Oh, that was a video when I moaned about this Spark. Oh, it's almost like I got death threats.
Yeah,
so strange.
Yeah,
so strange.
How dare you? How dare you insult their love child?
And do you know, someone posted the other day. Someone posted the other day about the Spark on one of the comments on the video about the Spark. And me saying that, you cannot gig with this. Don't think it's a 40-watt amp. You cannot gig with this. And someone says, have you never heard of micing up a guitar amp? And it's just like, you wouldn't even hear it over the drummer.
No. But hey, but it depends on if you play with brushes or rods, you still wouldn't hear it.
Probably not. Not before it went.
You got so much bass through it. Anyway.
Phil Jam, any recommendations on drum software? I can't play drums, but I've been writing a lot. I want to record instruments. I think a really good place to start is Easy Drummer.
Easy Drummer, yeah.
Really good.
It's great. It's really good. And the samples are good. If you do then want to go up to full Superior, there are then both Easy Drummer and Superior Drummer 3 are made by a company called TuneTrack, so there are upgrade paths for them. Superior Drummer, even I use it at times because there's an amazing feature in it that allows you to trigger samples from the acoustic kit, and it's just genius. It just works and makes it easy. So yeah.
Paul Taylor says, I have a Gordon Smith single cut P90 played at Rebellion Club in Manchester under the rail tracks. Unplayable noise. Never use my volume knob so quickly between strumming. I have a Wurbucker now. What's that? Wurbucker.
Probably. I don't know.
Wurbucker now. Oh, nice. Yeah, I quite like those Gordon Smith. I think they make good guitars.
There was in fact, there's several in London at rehearsal studios that's in the Railway Arches. And you have to be so careful.
I've done them. Yeah.
So there's one in North London somewhere. What's it called? Anyway, there's a few in Railway Arches. So yeah, all you hear is the signalling system through your guitar pickups. It's bloody annoying. But hey.
Awesome. So Telly, I meant James, I use Easy Drummer. Nice.
Yes.
Hit the like button. Cheers, Adam. Yeah, it really helps us, guys, if you hit the like button, do all that sort of stuff. Aaron, hey, dude, says Alec Bourne. Phil James says both Easy Drummer and Stephen Slate are killer. Yes, they are. So
a classic case, if I may, for someone who got very upset when I expressed an opinion on a video. I said that the latest version, or what was the latest version then, of Stephen Slate drums sounded processed, because in my opinion they sounded processed.
They are processed.
According to Mr. Slate, they're not. He got very upset with me when he was telling me on a Skype call that they weren't processed. They'd worked the team were really upset because they'd worked really hard to make them natural. The only drum sample library I've ever used where I've genuinely gone, my God, these sound amazing, is a company called Drum Forge. They are the best drum samples I've ever heard. Their platform is not great because it's built around Contact, and I'm not a huge Contact fan. You can use it within you can drop the samples into other things, but the actual samples themselves sound incredible, and they are the best sounding drums ever. But the Blackbird the Stephen Slate Blackbird drums package is amazing, but it is processed. And if anybody tells you it's not, tell them to use their ears.
Yeah, I love processed drums. Great.
So do I. Absolutely. But don't. I made a criticism that unfortunately they are processed, so you're not going to get the naked drums. I don't care. Makes it quicker. Anyway.
Danny T, I know this is primarily a guitar channel, but James, could you possibly do a video on your Audient console? I'm thinking of upgrading. No.
I could do, but at this stage, I'm going to refer you to the wonders of YouTube and just YouTube James Ivy Audient ASP 8024. There are 6 videos, no, maybe 9 videos I did before I bought this console, and the guys at Audient took me to a studio and we did 3 days of recording and mixing with it, and they are very in depth. I mean, there's a lot of content. There's probably nearly 2 hours of content there. But if you want to see what this console can do and you really want to learn, get under the hood of it, it was the 3 days that persuaded me to drop a significant chunk of cash on this desk. So just YouTube James Ivy Audient ASP 8024. You'll find them. They're good videos. They're really good, in my opinion.
Toto, 7th one, surely. Oh no, that's a bit.
It's not my favorite Toto. It's a great album, but it's not my favorite.
Do either of you guys actually use other modeling or profiling systems like Variax or Sim1? No, not at the moment.
No, not for a long
time. The only one I use at the moment is the Boss IR200.
I don't use any now. I suppose the only thing I've got that's vaguely processy is the MX5, because that's got IR loading in it.
Yeah,
that you've got. But hey.
Adam Loris, I tried the Acoustasonic and it was just a jack of all trades, master of none sort of thing. That's sort of what we expect from it. Yeah, funny that. Keith says Rutherford and Sturmer were playing Acoustasonics in the recent Genesis gigs for the little stripped back section they did. Oh, nice. Yeah, great for live. I can imagine it's great for live. Ian Lorimer says, how much do you think the Quad Cortexes are selling for used in the UK, guys? What's a fair price? Thinking of moving mine on. So what you need to do, you need to sell it when there aren't any in stock in other shops, and then you'll
there aren't at the moment.
No, there aren't.
No, Guitar have said they've got them, and yet they've said pre-order.
Oh, okay. I thought Guitar said that they're available from next week.
You would easily get what you paid for it. I've seen people try and pass them off for like $2.5 grand. I think that's wrong, personally. Yeah, it's not a vintage unit, but you will get what you paid for it instantly.
Yeah. Just put up for what you paid for it. You'll probably sell it. Pet Moxie says, "Hi, both. Santa will be bringing me the golden reverberator to add to the Astra and Starlight to complete the triple threat." Nice. Expensive, but you pay for what you get. Yeah, that's a good setup of pedals.
Yeah.
That is
great.
Michael MC, have you all read Room of Mirrors or the new Wild Thing book about Jimi Hendrix? Quite a wild life, so no need to read both as they share the same stories. No, I haven't read that. I tell you what I've been getting into. I've been watching all the Netflix documentaries, like Some Kind of Monster and the Bob Marley one, and what else did I see? I didn't see the Jimi Hendrix one. I can't remember the other one I saw. Really good though. Some of them really interesting.
Yeah, I want to watch the Hendrix one. I haven't yet.
Keith Milner, Paul Taylor, I agree with this. Seems to be true of the Spark owners in general. I tend to push back against the Spark because I think it's overhyped and there's better options for most people.
Speaking of Spark, have you noticed now how they're now making? There were some photos went up on Facebook of them making a Bluetooth controller for Spark.
Yeah.
Even though they already make a Bluetooth controller, they just can't. They won't make it talk to it.
Yeah. I
bit cheeky, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's still a decent practice amp Bluetooth speaker for the money. Yes,
agreed. Barbecue speaker.
And yes, he has one. Yes, barbecue speaker. Will you be watching the Beatles Get Back movie made by Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings? Yes, I think I probably will.
I think I'll watch that. And It's a bit like Bohemian Rhapsody, isn't it? You watch it because of the legend.
Sure.
You don't necessarily watch it to be sonically or studiographically accurate, do you?
Yeah. Anytime, Phil. Anytime, mate.
You're welcome.
Kevin Mack says, "Hey guys, made it in time. You guys ever do wet dry ampering?" So I was thinking about this because I've never done wet dry, but it's sort of like what I do anyway.
It's not far off, is it?
Because I mean, I go wet, dry, wet, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I tend to have going to my studio monitors, so it's a sort of yes, but I've never gigged with a wet dry amp. No. David Minows, it seems like a lot of YouTubers. I like that. YouTube. A lot of YouTubers are feeling the pressure of the mean comments and trolls. If I'm watching your vids, it's because I'm looking for your opinion, and an honest opinion is valuable. Yeah, thanks, mate. It is funny. It's funny. I think lots of people. It's funny. You either get the people that don't want to hear an opinion, or you get the people that think that people are being fake by giving an opinion. It's weird.
There's the old adage: you can please some of the people all of the time, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And say once you've made one video and put it up on YouTube for the trolls out there to pore over and get their claws into, you do tend to get hardened to it. I don't care if someone likes me or likes my style or whatever. I'm a big enough boy and I've been doing it long enough to really not give two hoots. I appreciate it when people do like what I do and say nice things. But it's also the old adage, if you can't say something nice, there's enough negativity in the world. Let's not pour it all over YouTube and all over someone's hard work. Moving on.
I still love my old BFD libraries. Awesome. God, they were. Yeah, BFD was good. Note to self, check out Drumforge. Nice.
Very, very cool. They I believe they have a sample playback engine coming. They had one, then they lost it. I'm not entirely sure of the details. I think there was some IP theft going on there. But I believe they've got a new playback engine coming shortly, which will be amazing because they're a really it's Joey. Oh, what's his name?
Waronker.
No, young guy. They're a really young company. They're all called Joe, Joey, or Joseph. They're a really young bunch of guys and very, very smart. They're very, very metal centric, like so many people in the world are these days. But they make some really good sounding products.
Okay, nice.
Good stuff.
Max Hodges, did you know that I installed the very first Audient with blue lights?
What were the police trying to chase you? I was.
No, what's that? No, hold on. Go back. Is that what was the first Audient console?
Well, Dave Dearden was DAD, wasn't he? DDA, sorry, Dave Dearden Audio. I don't know what the blue light reference is, Max, I'm afraid.
Yeah, let us know, Max. Let us know. And the first one in the UK with center control section. Nice. Nice. The Abraham. So, James, after a 3-day audience shoot, did your wife say, "Where's the cash event? We need food and heat," then produce a new console from behind your back? Well, definitely give off some heat.
Not as much as you think.
No, it's all right.
Which is one of the reasons I've went for this console as opposed to some of the others that were in the offing. She's not here. She's turned the light off. She's probably got to bed because she was working till midnight last night. I am the luckiest human being on earth. And I know Paul would say the same, that I'm really lucky. I have a very supportive other half who totally gets what I do. And if I say I want something, she will say to me, if you can afford it, you buy it. She's not one of these, oh, you can't have that. Oh, no. I've made the mistake of trying to hide purchases. And considering she does my accounts, that's a really stupid thing to do. Or she certainly used to before I went VAT registered and all that sort of businessy type boring stuff. Yeah, Guys, don't try and hide guitars from your other halves. It doesn't work, and all it does is start arguments. I am so lucky that I married the most fantastic person in the world, and she gets that I spend money on toys. Yes, she likes to eat food and have a warm house too, so don't worry. We also have children now. I didn't have children when I bought the console, so anywho.
Yeah, provide the heat. Yeah. Next one. Lee Wild, have you watched The Dig on Netflix? No. I didn't know Ozzy Osbourne was Australian.
I think we might have to.
Very good. The Piano Cube guy, favorite digital delay pedal. The UA Starlight, which I will review next, is really good. I really like. So I used to have a Strymon timeline. I didn't really like it, to be honest. My favorite delay pedal is the Alter Ego ×4.
Do you know? I was about to say my Flashback, which is a very similar pedal. The Flashback 4 is amazing.
Let's get that. One of these. It's a similar thing. James has got a similar.
Hang on. I'll get.
Is it upside down? It's upside down. This thing here. So it's basically it's 4 different delay pedals and a looper.
Oh, hang on. They're not all strapped down. I can't do that. So yeah, there's
the TC stuff was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, the old that's the Flashback 4.
So it's basically the same pedal as that. Mine's got more vintage sort of sounds in it.
Brilliant pedal.
Shahar Bar says, get good drums. Other provider of good sample kits. Yes, absolutely. Very metal centric though, but very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah. Lee Wild says, always want honesty in reviewing gear, but sometimes I feel other YouTubers are getting paid to say gear is good, even though it isn't. Yes, very true.
Now, it has to be said that there is a massive push. You'll notice most of the kind of the guitar-centric YouTubers now are doing it. If you're being paid to say nice things, you should say it in the video. Legally, you should say it. If you're caught out, I haven't heard of it happening to anyone yet.
No.
But legally, you could be clobbered big time. So
you have to put it in the you have to put it somewhere. You have to either put it in the notes or in the.
You say and most people are being straight up about it. But of course, as soon as you're being paid to say something, it's not a review anymore, is it?
Not really.
It's a promo. Now, it's funny because I think I've kind of jumped from being reviewer when I was with Production Expert to now being a maker of promo material, which is what I do for Antelope and for Studio Spares and for DSP. But I still think, or I'd like to think, I've still got my integrity from being the person who did honest reviews. I'm the first person to say there's very little bad gear out there these days, because there is very little bad gear out there these days. Even the cheap stuff has got something great normally has something really good to offer. But you do have to be careful these days. And you will say, I will say, be totally honest, someone like Glenn Fricker at Spectre Media is very good about it. He'll say, early doors, this is sponsored by whoever is sponsoring it. But at that point, it's not a review, it's a promo, in my opinion.
Sure.
Sorry, Glenn.
We need to get through these because
we do.
I've got to finish at 10. Tolo Telly said, what's your expert opinion? And to expand my knowledge of the various subjects you discuss, in my opinion, you two deserve 5 stars for sharing your knowledge. Oh, thanks, mate. But most kind. Danny T, you guys are taking time out of your busy day to talk to us. I think what you're doing is great, and I appreciate it very much. One of the highlights of my week. Cheers, Danny.
Oh.
Nice. Michael MC, are you familiar with BOFX? Mike Herman's release of a demo of the Oxytone EPX today, and it sounded fantastic. No, I haven't heard of them. I will definitely check that out, though. Max Hodges, I used to own a guitar shop. Oh, nice.
Jealous.
I don't know. Would it take the passion away from guitar? I don't know if it would.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Evan Ward, Bob Dylan, triple feature. Don't look bad. No direction home. I'm not there. Nice. Max Hodges, easy to hold guitars if you ain't sure. John Waller, marry a person that likes an equally expensive hobby such as cycling. Yes, absolutely. Boss DD500, nice. Yeah, good choice. David, pink ladies all round. I don't know what pink lady is, apart from the apples. Isn't that a pink lady? But wasn't
it the name of the girl gang in Greece?
Maybe it was. But anyway, I'm definitely going to look up. Yeah, thanks, David. We'll have a look at a pink lady.
Don't Google that, for God's sake.
Well, my missus is in the 501 Street UK. Wow, garrison.
Oh wow!
Stormtrooper costumes ain't cheap. Nice.
Has she done any? Because the 501, the 501st, as they're referred to, were in The Mandalorian. They were used as extras in The Mandalorian.
Were they?
Yeah, because they didn't have enough Stormtrooper costumes, so they phoned up the 501st and shipped a load of them in. So that bit at the end of season 1 of The Mandalorian, where they're all outside with Moff Gideon, a load of those guys are 501st.
Are they? Awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Awesome.
I've thought about doing it because now I saw a guy today had what's it called? 3D printed his own Mandalorian armor, and it looked amazing.
Where are you going to put that?
I don't on a mannequin in the studio. It looked great.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Lee Will says, I meant The Dirt on Netflix. It's a film about Motley Crue, and the guy that plays Ozzy Osbourne has an Australian accent.
Right. Oh,
yes,
God.
The Dirt. I watched that. I watched that last week. I thought it was really entertaining and quite shocking, and quite sad. Max Hodges, James, the audience with the blue lights was for Jack Ruston. Oh, Jack.
All right.
Hold on. What? So a 36 frame was featured in SOS. Well, Jack got a ASP 8024.
He doesn't anymore. He might have done then.
I've never seen Jack with. I've known Jack.
I've known Jack a while, and he's all in the box. But
yeah
those days may have gone.
Yeah, maybe. Keith, Tom Scott did a good video on YouTube and other online promotions and the law. Excellent. Paul, you should. Lee Abraham says, Paul, you should watch the John Cordy video he released today, Iridium versus IR200. He mentions other comparison videos and how he thinks they got given the gear for free. Thought he meant you.
I wish.
Possibly John Cordy, but I'll say something nice about him then. He's a fantastic guitar player. I mean, I did get the gear. Boss sends me the gear. Boss sends me the gear. That's what happens. It's like, yeah. So that's and in the notes I put, this is Boss sent me the gear. Thank you very much to Boss. But it doesn't mean Boss don't tell me what to write or what to say.
We still maintain editorial control and editorial integrity.
Yeah. Look, if I didn't believe everything that I said, I would not have. I wouldn't have done the video.
No,
I would honestly not, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. Andy Guitar Live, James, your reviews on the Neve product turned me on to get the real thing. I call that a good job. Nice.
Sweet.
Terry says, did you guys know or work with Michael Caswell? He was such a great guitarist and sadly missed. I don't know Michael Caswell, actually. James,
don't know the name. No, I don't know. Sorry.
What's your favourite funk album, gent?
Funkadelic, anything Funkadelic or Parliament.
Nice.
Because that to me is proper laying it down. It's all about the one. Just great stuff.
Nice. I don't know a lot of funk. I don't think I've ever bought a funk album. Keith says, no, she's not done any of the movies, but The Mandalorian is shot in the US.
I know. It's also, but I'd love to get into that sort of stuff. I really would. That'd be a great hobby.
David Bro says, pink ladies, 3 centiliters of gin, 4 dashes of grenadine, 1 egg white. Oh, look at that.
Interesting. One for tomorrow afternoon, mate.
Keith Milner, but she's at Comic Cons. She's their major events organizer in the opening of the Shinfield Studios. Just explain to me what the 51st, whatever it is.
The 501st.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like a club, for people who make stormtrooper outfits.
Right.
So it's basically the 501st Garrison is the.
I see.
It's the 501st. It's not referred to as the 501st, and they all make their own stormtrooper outfits, and it's proper.
To be honest, I thought his missus was in the army. I thought that's why he was.
No. She is in an army. She's in a stormtrooper army.
Okay. It annoys her that I was an extra in The Force Awakens. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
My dad played violin on the Star Wars soundtrack. That's my claim, his claim to fame.
Nice. Let's get through these. I've known him for 20 years and more. He stored his audio in his basement room in Wimbledon, probably about 2003.
Yeah, because he now lives down in Brighton. He's got a great front room, excellent space. Yeah.
Frank L, got to the party late. Love your vids, lads. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Frank.
Thank you, sir.
Hello from sunny Los Angeles. Oh, nice. Sunny LA.
Yes, indeed. Hang on, let me jump to there.
Don't know if you consider this funk, but check out Organ Freeman. Groovy stuff. Organ Freeman. Have you guys ever used preamp pedal like one of the Victories into a UA audio interface with a plug-in like an Engel one where you can turn off the preamp and use the preamp pedal as the front? No, I haven't. Not really into that sort of stuff, but I'm sure
I like the idea. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Lee Wild, Michael John Caswell, 63 to 2016, was an English session guitarist who toured and recorded with numerous artists, including Brian May, Joe Bonamassa, Steve Hackett. Oh, that is a shame. I'm a brigadier general of the Kiss Army. If you don't do the video, do you send the unit back? The R200 is 350 quid. That's a good chunk cash. Yes. If you don't do the video, send the unit back. And also, you don't have to do. You're not told what to write or what to say or anything. It's not.
For example, those pedal videos, the Solid Gold Effects videos we did.
Yep.
Those have gone back today.
Yeah, and also the Universal Audio. I'm not getting anything for that. No.
We do it because, yes, we are trying to generate views for our channel. We are trying to make.
I'm doing it as a favour for Universal Audio, really, because Universal Audio have been good to us in the past.
And they're friends, and we're normal people. We've got lots of friends in the industry. We've been the Studio Rats is a relatively new project, but we've both been in the industry and in this side of things for a very long time. So it's all good.
Toplo Telly, I know you're about to sign off, but what is your favourite type of music to play live? Rock. Proper solid, not too complicated rock and roll. Not rock and roll. I'm not a 50s throwback. Absolutely. Pez says, Franco, I once saw the Harmonica Lewinsky Blues Band in Bangkok.
Oh, amazing. Harmonica Lewinsky.
I used to know someone that was in the at a ukulele band called the Ukes of Hazard. I thought that was quite
good. Very, very good. I love there's No Way Sis I really like as well.
Oh, that's good.
And what are they called? What's the band that did the Ace of Spades? The bluegrass band. The bluegrass band.
Yes.
Hayseed Dixie.
Yeah, they were good.
Love them. Right, that is it, boys and girls. We're done. We got in just under the 2-hour mark tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've had a great time as always. Please stay safe. Do all the normal stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Paul and I are getting together tomorrow to make a whole load more content for you. Some of which you might even find amusing. Please comment, do all the stuff. If you have any great ideas for content for us or companies we should check out, bands, styles, any of that sort of stuff, we love making the content that you want us to make. It makes it so much easier when we've got something to go some ideas to go with.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, we will see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. GMT. My name's James Ivy.
Paul Drew.
And we will see you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Good night.